Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Manoj Singh Rana and with me is Reshma Tiwari with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister lauds the regional progress made by BIMSTEC countries, calls for a united fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Number of daily COVID cases declined to about 114,000. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 93.67%. Country crosses major landmark with administration of more than 23 crore COVID vaccine doses so far. COVID-19 vaccine trial begins for children of 12 to 18 years of age in Nagpur. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Russia is the only country in the world which is ready to transfer COVID vaccine technology and expand production abroad. Railways creates record by delivering over 26,000 tons of liquid medical oxygen to 15 states across the country. National capital Delhi to relax lockdown from tomorrow. Southwest monsoon further advances into northeastern states. And in French Open tennis, Roger Federer pulls out of the tournament. Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova beats Azarenka to enter quarter-final. Spaniard Paula Badosa and Slovenian Tamara Zidanšek to enter women's singles quarter-finals. In the wake of COVID-19, we appeal to our listeners not to lower their guard and stay safe and protected by following these 4 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene, and get vaccinated. For providing COVID-related information and guidance to the people, national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075 are operational. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauded the enhanced regional cooperation amongst BIMSTEC member countries and called for a united fight to tackle COVID-19 pandemic. The Prime Minister extended his greetings on the occasion of 24th BIMSTEC Day today. The Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral, Technical and Economic Cooperation, also known as BIMSTEC, is a sub-regional grouping comprising Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Thailand. In his message, the Prime Minister acknowledged the progress made by grouping on several fronts in recent years. He stressed the need to continue to work together in the fight against the pandemic. Mr. Modi said BIMSTEC Day is being marked amidst a difficult phase of the COVID pandemic. He said it is an unprecedented challenge and a testing time for all. The Prime Minister also expressed his appreciation for enhanced regional cooperation under the BIMSTEC framework, which has intensified substantially in the recent years. He highlighted the progress that has been made on several fronts, including the finalization of the BIMSTEC Master Plan for Transport Connectivity and the text of the BIMSTEC Charter. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar also stressed on BIMSTEC Day the enormous potential of the Bay of Bengal cooperation. He said it helps bridge South and Southeast Asia and also contributes to Act East and Indo-Pacific policies. The nation continues to march strongly on its path of COVID recovery with gradual decrease in total number of active cases. For the 10th consecutive day today, the number of new daily cases remained much below the 2 lakh figure. In the past 24 hours, over 1,89,000 COVID patients successfully recovered from the disease, whereas in the same time span, 1,14,460 new cases were recorded nationwide. The number of new cases reported is the lowest in the last 2 months. With this, the recovery rate in the country has further improved to stand at 93.67%. The cumulative share of active COVID cases in the country continues to witness a consistent decline and comprises nearly 5.13% of the total reported cases. The Health Ministry has informed that currently nearly 14,77,000 people are reported to be suffering from the viral pandemic and are either hospitalized or under home isolation. The daily positivity rate also remained at around 5.62% and much below the 10% mark for the 13th consecutive day. The ministry added that so far over 2 crore 69 lakh people have recovered from the COVID-19 infection in the country. The Health Ministry has informed that 2,677 COVID-related deaths were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative toll to 3,46,759. The number of cumulative COVID-19 testing reported by the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has surpassed the figure of 36 crore 47 lakh. The Apex Medical Research Body is informed that in the past 24 hours, another milestone in terms of daily testing was achieved, with more than 20,36,000 samples being tested across the country.
India has crossed a major landmark with administration of more than 23 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccine to the beneficiaries so far. The Union Health Ministry has informed that more than 33,53,000 vaccine doses were given in the country in the last 24 hours. Out of this, nearly 30 lakh beneficiaries were vaccinated the first dose, whereas around 3,53,000 beneficiaries received their second dose of the vaccine. The cumulative figure of vaccine doses administered under the largest vaccination drive in the world now stands at over 23 crore 13 lakh. The Health Ministry confirmed that so far over 2 crore 77 lakh doses of the vaccine have been given to people in the age group of 18 to 44 years. The central government has so far provided more than 24 crore vaccine doses to states and union territories through free of cost category and through direct state procurement category. Of this, the total consumption including wastages is 22 crore 96 lakh 95,199 doses. More than 1 crore 63 lakh COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the centre has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccine free of cost. In addition, the government has also been facilitating direct procurement of vaccines by the states and union territories.
Lockdown in Delhi will continue with more relaxations from tomorrow. The national capital has been under COVID lockdown since April this year. As the number of cases started dipping, the Delhi government had begun the unlock process last week. As per the new guidelines, private offices will be allowed to function with 50% of the staff between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Group A staff of government offices will be allowed to function with 100% and Group B with 50% staff. Those working in essential services like healthcare, police, prisons, civil defence, fire and emergency services will be allowed to work without any restrictions. The Delhi government has said that the restrictions will be further relaxed if the COVID-19 situation continues to remain under control. Our correspondent reports that last week the Delhi government had opened up the construction and factory sectors. We have a report.
As per the new relaxations, Delhi Metro services will begin operations with 50% seating capacity. All malls, markets and market complexes except weekly markets will open between 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on odd-even basis. All standalone shops, neighborhood shops and shops in residential complexes will be permitted to open on all days without any distinction of essential and non-essential goods and services. Delivery of all type of goods through e-commerce will be allowed on production of valid identity card issued by the employer and company. With Dipendra Kumar, Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
Maharashtra, which is under a strict lockdown to contain the spread of coronavirus, will be unlocking from tomorrow in 5 phases based on the positivity rate in the district and occupancy of oxygen beds. The state government has made 5 levels of categories to effect the unlock procedure. Districts and areas which come under level 1 and level 2 will have more relaxations as compared to those in level 3, 4 and 5. More details from our Mumbai correspondent.
As the unlocking process begins in Maharashtra tomorrow, Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray today held a virtual meeting with the captains of the industry. Speaking in the meeting, he asked the industrialists to maintain a proper health record of the migrant workers. He said it is to be ensured that migrant workers do not spread the disease when they travel from Maharashtra to their native place and vice versa. He stressed that people working in IT sector should continue to work from home for another few months. The CM also held another virtual meeting with film and television producers. He asked the producers to strictly adhere to the COVID-19 guidelines issued by the state government while shooting the film or a TV serial. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Maharashtra, the COVID-19 vaccine trial among children of 12 to 18 years of age group began today in Nagpur. A report.
Informing about the vaccine trial activity at Mediterranean Hospital in Nagpur, pediatrician and chief coordinator of this vaccine trial program, Dr. Vasant Khadatkar informed that about 100 children were registered for the vaccine trial, while 50 among them were screened and selected for administering the first dose of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin made for children. The vaccine is being given by intramuscular mode to children. He said the second dose of the vaccine will be given after 28 days, and studies of the vaccine effects and antibody formation in children will be conducted in the course of 6 months. Dhananjay Wankhede, AR News, Nagpur.
Legendary actor Dilip Kumar has been admitted to non-COVID PD Hinduja Hospital in suburban Khar in Mumbai. A tweet on his official Twitter handle said that he has been hospitalized for routine tests and investigations. The tweet said that the actor has had episodes of breathlessness. A team of healthcare workers led by Dr. Nitin Gokhale is attending to him. Meanwhile, NCP leader Sharad Pawar visited Dilip Kumar at the hospital. In a tweet, Mr. Pawar said he visited Dilip Kumar to check on his health. Pawar was accompanied by Dilip Kumar's wife, Saira Banu. The NCP leader has wished speedy recovery to the legendary actor. The Sikkim government has extended the ongoing statewide lockdown with some relaxations. At a COVID-19 review meeting chaired by Chief Minister P.S. Tamang today in Gangtok, it was also decided to vaccinate 65,000 people in the 18 to 44 age group this month and preparing a team for treatment of mucormycosis. A report.
As part of relaxations during the extended lockdown in Sikkim till 14th June, ration, vegetable and hardware shops have been allowed to operate during 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. while state government departments have been directed to function with 30% staff. All other measures effective during the ongoing lockdown will be enforced till 14th June. These include restriction on movement except emergency and essential services for COVID-19 vaccination. Relaxations include MG Narega works and agricultural activities in areas with no COVID-19 cases. During the review meeting held today, the improving COVID-19 cases in the state, considering a drop in test positivity and increased test and recovery rates were highlighted. With Saikat Sarkar, Paijat Sharma of Gangtok, AIR.
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin today visited the zoo on the outskirts of Chennai, where several Asiatic lions are affected by COVID-19 infection. A 9-year-old lioness called Neela in the Aryanar Anna Zoological Park succumbed to the disease last Monday. The zoo officials have sent the swab samples of the 3 more lions and 4 tigers to the Indian Veterinary Research Institute at Izzat Nagar in Bareilly, which is the designated research lab for diagnosing the infection among the animals in the zoos. More from our Chennai correspondent.
The reports about the viral infection among the big cats in Tamil Nadu's biggest zoo near Chennai surprised many animal lovers and researchers alike. Similar reports have earlier been reported in Hyderabad, Jaipur and Etawah and several other places worldwide. The zoo officials, with the help of the Tamil Nadu Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, are closely monitoring the health of the lions and tigers. Several affected animals are reportedly showing signs of considerable improvement in their health. Man-animal contact has been minimized to the possible extent. Measures have been taken for the vaccination of all the staff in the zoo. Jai Singh, AIR News, Chennai.
In Kerala, the new COVID case and test positivity rates are showing a declining trend. Today, the aggregate number of COVID recoveries outnumbered the new positive cases. 14,672 positive cases were recorded, whereas the aggregate recoveries is 21,429. The test positivity rate further fell to 14.27%, as 227 deaths were also reported due to COVID, taking the death toll to 9,946. Currently, over 160,000 active COVID cases are there in Kerala. In West Bengal, a startup has come up with a website and WhatsApp bot using artificial intelligence to help people find COVID resources. Sudeshna Mukherjee, the owner of the startup Tech Weirdo, told AIR News that out of social responsibility and on humanitarian ground, they are providing the service free of cost to New Town Development Authority in the suburbs of Kolkata through the WhatsApp bot.
Railways has created a record by delivering more than 26,281 tons of liquid medical oxygen to 15 states across the country. Railways Ministry said it is continuing the journey of bringing relief by delivering medical oxygen to various states, and so far 376 oxygen expresses have completed their mission. The ministry said oxygen relief by oxygen expresses reached out to 15 states. Oxygen expresses had started their deliveries 43 days back on the 24th of April in Maharashtra. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its bilingual live phone-in program Corona Jagrukta series, will bring you a special discussion program on COVID-19 tonight. Dr. J.S. Titiyal, Professor and Head, Dr. R.P. Center for Ophthalmic Sciences, AIIMS, New Delhi, will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free number 1800-115767 and on telephone number 011-233-14444. You can also ask your queries on our Twitter handle at @AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that Russia is ready to transfer COVID-19 vaccine technology and expand production abroad. The remarks by the Russian President yesterday came a day after the government officials in India said that the Serum Institute of India has received a preliminary approval from the country's drug regulator for manufacturing of Sputnik V vaccines. In April 2021, Indian pharma company Dr. Reddy's Laboratories has already received the emergency use authorization for the Russian vaccine.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister lauds the regional progress made by BIMSTEC countries, calls for a united fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Number of daily COVID cases declined to about 1,14,000. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 93.67%. Country crosses major landmark with administration of more than 23 crore COVID vaccine doses so far. COVID-19 vaccine trial begins for children of 12 to 18 years of age in Nagpur. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Russia is the only country in the world which is ready to transfer COVID vaccine technology and expand production abroad. Railways creates record by delivering over 26,000 tons of liquid medical oxygen to 15 states across the country. National capital Delhi to relax lockdown from tomorrow. Southwest monsoon further advances into northeastern states. And in French Open tennis, Roger Federer pulls out of tournament. Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova beats Azarenka to enter quarterfinal. Spaniard Paula Badosa and Slovenian Tamara Zidansek to enter women's singles quarterfinals. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the evening news. A 7-member central team headed by Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs will visit West Bengal to make an on-the-spot assessment of the damage caused by Cyclone Yas. The team is reaching the state today and is scheduled to visit Purvo Medinipur and South 24 Porganas tomorrow. They will also be holding review meetings with the district administration. On Tuesday, the central team will meet officials of the Disaster Management and the Finance Department at the State Secretariat. The team will submit a final report to the Ministry of Home Affairs. The government of West Bengal has asked students, parents, experts and the general public to express their views and opinion on the board exams for class 10th and 12th. They've been asked to mail their opinion to the Education Department by 2 p.m. tomorrow. The government has also informed an expert committee to review the pandemic situation and recommend if the board exams should be held or not, and if it's to be conducted, the mode of conduction as well as the evaluation criteria.
In Tamil Nadu, AIADMK, the main opposition party, has also joined the state chief minister in appealing for cancellation of common entrance exams for all the professional and other courses. In a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the coordinator of AIADMK has appealed to the Prime Minister to cancel the exams and allow the states to admit the students on the basis of their higher secondary marks. It may be recalled that Chief Minister M.K. Stalin had appealed to the Prime Minister to cancel all entrance exams for professional courses and allow states to admit students based on their higher secondary marks only. The Income Tax Department will launch its new e-filing portal www.incometax.gov.in tomorrow. The new e-filing portal is aimed at providing convenience and a modern, seamless experience to taxpayers. The Finance Ministry said the new taxpayer-friendly portal integrated with immediate processing of income tax returns and quick refunds to taxpayers. All interactions and uploads or pending actions will be displayed on a single dashboard for follow-up action by taxpayer. It said free of cost ITR preparation software is available with interactive questions to help taxpayers.
After net withdrawals in the past 2 months, foreign investors pumped in nearly 8,000 crore rupees into the India equity markets in just 4 sessions of June. According to the depository's data, foreign portfolio investors or FPIs invested a net sum of 7,968 crore rupees in the Indian equity market and 22 crore rupees in the debt markets during the June 1st to 4th period. This comes after a net withdrawal of 2,954 crore rupees in May and 9,659 crore rupees in April. Prior to April, overseas investors had pumped in nearly 2 lakh crore into equities during October 2020 to March 2021 period, including an investment of 55,741 crore rupees in the first 3 months of 2021. So far this year, FPIs have invested 51,094 crore rupees in equities but have pulled out 17,300 crore rupees from the debt market.
Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra has said that electronic voting machines, EVMs, are completely tamper-proof. Speaking exclusively to AIR News, Mr. Chandra assured that since the EVMs do not operate on any frequency module, there is no scope of any alteration to the machine. He asserted that EVM technology is totally credible and there is no reason for anyone to cast any doubt on it. Mr. Chandra added that since 2004, when the machine was used first, so far election to nearly 132 state assemblies and 4 general elections to the Lok Sabha have been successfully conducted using the EVMs. He said the VVPAT technology introduced in 2017 has further emboldened the credibility of the electronic voting machines. Chief Election Commissioner informed that in the recently concluded elections to the 5 state assemblies, 4,300 VVPATs were counted and not even a single aberration was found.
EVM is absolutely such a good machine that every Indian should feel pride on that. It is the Election Commission which has pioneered that particular machine, and over the years, this has started in 2004. And in 2017, we added VVPAT also with that, so that a person can see that which vote has been casted by that particular voter. And so far, from 2004 and now we are in 2021, 132 assembly elections have been conducted and 4 parliamentary elections have been conducted through EVM.
The News Services Division of All India Radio will broadcast the second part of the exclusive interview with Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra tonight at 9:15 p.m. in our special program Spotlight. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies. The first part of the interview was aired yesterday. The interview will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on 27th of this month. It will be the 78th episode of the monthly radio program. The Prime Minister has invited people to share their ideas on topics he should address on the coming episode of the program.
Former world number 1 Roger Federer has withdrawn from the French Open tennis tournament a day after winning his 3rd round match, organisers said today. In a statement released by the French Tennis Federation, Federer said that after discussions with his team, he has decided to withdraw from the French Open. After 2 key knee operations and more than a year of rehabilitation, it's important that I listen to my body and not rush back into competition, he said. The 39-year-old 20-time Grand Slam champion reached the last 16 of the French Open by defeating Germany's Dominik Koepfer. Meanwhile, in the women's fixture, Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova rolled back the years as she reached the quarterfinals of the French Open for the first time since 2011 by beating former world number 1 Victoria Azarenka 5-7, 6-3, 6-2 today. She will next face either 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams or Kazakhstan's Elina Rybakina. Tamara Zidanšek became the first woman from Slovenia to reach the singles quarterfinals of a Grand Slam today with a 7-6, 6-1 victory over unseeded Romanian at the French Open. World number 85 Zidanšek had never been beyond the second round at a Grand Slam and will now face 2019 runner-up Marketa Vondrousova of Spain's Paula Badosa in the last 8. Spaniard Paula Badosa to reached her first Grand Slam quarterfinal when she beat former finalist Marketa Vondrousova 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. The Spaniard will meet with unseeded Slovenian Tamara Zidanšek with the win. In Afghanistan, at least 11 civilians, including 4 women and 3 children, were killed when a roadside bomb struck a bus in the western province of Baghdad yesterday. No group has claimed responsibility for the blast, but Baghdad's governor Hessamuddin Shams accused the Taliban of planting the bomb. The death toll from one of the deadliest militant attacks in West African country Burkina Faso has risen to 132 after armed assailants laid siege overnight to a village in the jihadist-plagued northeast of the country. In a statement, the Burkina Faso government said that the attackers struck during the night on Friday, killing residents of the village of Solhan in Yaga province bordering Niger. They also burnt homes and the market.
Southwest monsoon has further advanced into northeastern states, sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. According to the India Meteorological Department IMD, due to strengthening of southwesterly winds and a cyclonic circulation over sub-Himalayan West Bengal, rainfall activity is very likely over northeastern states and adjoining East India during next 4 to 5 days. IMD said under the influence of the offshore trough at mean sea level from North Maharashtra coast to North Kerala coast and a cyclonic circulation over Konkan and Goa, scattered to widespread rainfall and gusty winds are very likely over parts of South Peninsular India and West Coast. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards the afternoon or evening. The minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be around 40 degrees. Srinagar will also have a mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards the afternoon or the evening. The temperature will hover between 16 and 32 degrees Celsius. Leh is likely to have a mainly clear sky. The minimum and the maximum temperature will be between 10 and 23 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will also have mainly clear sky. The temperature will hover between 18 and 38 degrees. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards the afternoon or the evening.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister lauds the regional progress made by BIMSTEC countries, calls for a united fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Number of daily COVID cases declined to about 1,14,000. National COVID-19 recovery rate further improves to 93.67%. Country crosses major landmark with administration of more than 23 crore COVID vaccine doses so far. COVID-19 vaccine trial begins for children of 12 to 18 years of age in Nagpur. Russian President Putin says Russia is the only country in the world which is ready to transfer COVID vaccine technology and to expand production abroad. Railways creates record by delivering over 26,000 tons of liquid medical oxygen to 15 states across the country. National capital Delhi to relax lockdown from tomorrow. Southwest monsoon further advances into northeastern states. And in French Open tennis, Roger Federer pulls out of tournament. Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova beats Azarenka to enter quarterfinals. And Spaniard Paula Badosa and Slovenian Tamara Zidanšek to enter women's singles quarterfinals. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.